Boston School Forest, and I'm having lunch today with my friend, Mrs. Micheloni.
Hi, everyone.
I had a great lunch today. I've got yogurt and these chips and string cheese and this applesauce and this bottle of water.
That looks so tasty. Mine's packaged a little bit different. I brought my sandwich and some carrots, and I have some like pudding and stuff in these containers here.
That's a good point. I have a lot of garbage, and I just heard from Mystery Doug on today's Mystery Science that all of this garbagey stuff has to go to a landfill and get buried under dirt or burned, or some things I brought today are recycled or compostable. But I'm looking at your lunch, and what do you have for garbage in your lunch?
No garbage, unless I compost any of my waste. So
a water bottle that you can reuse and all those reusable containers. Now that's a smart way to pack your lunch. You know, today I have 3 things that are recyclable: the paper bag, the plastic water bottle, and my yogurt container. So the plastic water bottle and the paper bag can go right into recycling. And I have to rinse out my yogurt container and get all the gooey gunk outside, and then I'm gonna put it into recycling. And finally, I have my apple that I already ate, and it was so delicious. And so I'm gonna put that into my compost bin.
for things we can't recycle, we can turn them into things that are useful. So something like this juice pouch, we can't really put that in recycling, and it's not good to throw it away. So we could make a backpack. We use TerraCycle here at Boston School Forest. Or if you want to get creative at home, you could also make things like a pencil pouch to reuse your garbage.
So now we take all of the trash and the recycling from our buildings here at Boston School Forest, and we bring them to the dumpsters. With the trash, they prefer that everything is tied up in a plastic bag, and you put all of it right into the dumpster.
With recyclable items, they would like it to co-mingle, which means we keep our bag in our containers and we just dump the recyclables into our recycling container. So we're just going to go like this. Ta-da!
So this is my apple core from my lunch earlier today, and I'm going to put this into our composter. Now this is a super fancy one that we got with a grant from Salcom. If I toss it in there, I can lock it up and then give it a spin, and it helps to mix the contents. And we already have some things in here, and they're turning into dirt. Now we're going to put this soil on our garden beds, and it'll help our vegetables to grow. So after our garbage is picked up from Boston School Forest, it travels here to the Portage County Solid Waste Transfer Facility. And I'm going to meet with the director, Amanda Heffley, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what happens when the garbage comes in and where it goes on its way out.
So here at Portage County Solid Waste, we're permitted for 80 to 100 tons of garbage every day. During the pandemic, we meet our 80 to 100 tons that the DNR allows us to take in. Before the pandemic, we were getting around 70, maybe 80 tons of garbage a day. And now we could easily exceed it if we wanted to. But we can't because we're not permitted for over 100 tons a day. This is a dual truck, which means the garbage goes in one side and the recycling goes in the other. So when it backs up and dumps, it's going to push one side out, which is garbage first, and then it's going to go to the MRF, or Material Recovery Facility, to get rid of all the recyclables. Where that truck was dumping all the municipal solid waste, and this is what we call good garbage because it's very compactable. You can get a lot of it in the truck, whereas the bulky stuff you don't usually make weight on a semi-truck. You have to just do the bulky stuff, so you have to mix it in. So from here, the garbage comes in, it gets loaded onto a semi-truck, and then that semi-truck takes it down to Wisconsin Rapids landfill, where it will sit forever.
My field trip to the solid waste department here in Portage County was so interesting, and I learned so much. One of the things I learned was that wrapping paper isn't recyclable. And so with the upcoming holiday season, I thought, why don't we try to make our own recyclable wrapping paper? So our family this year is going to be using paper grocery bags, and we're going to use paper and markers and crayons and anything else, craft supplies, and we're going to be making our own wrapping paper that is recyclable, because paper bags are recyclable. And that's this week's Mystery Science activity as well that we're giving to you, is that we're challenging you to make some of your own wrapping paper using paper bags or newspapers or any sort of recyclable paper. That's all for this week. Bye-bye.